Back to Fire Princess Reviews. I'm Fire Princess Lily here to talk to you about comics, cartoons, and other awesome nerd shit. So, what are we talking about today? Well, if you watched the last video, you know today we are talking about, as promised, the previews. We're talking about the previews. Now, if you're new to the channel, if you've never seen a video like this before, this is basically a comic book suggestion video talking to you about the stuff that's coming out 2 months from now, the things that I'm looking forward to, that I think you too will look forward to as well. So, let's get into this. As always, it's a top to bottom list, starting, of course, with an honorable mention, so let's get right into it. Now, it's a very interesting list this month, so, keep with me. As always, I apologize for the lighting because I can't control it. So, yeah, let's get into it. So, starting off, I'm looking over here because I got all my notes. Starting off for our honorable mention is Dr. Horrible's Best Friends Forever from Dark Horse. It's actually being written by Josh Whedon. Art by Jose Maria Beroy and Sarah Soler. And the reason it's an honorable mention and not in our top 5 spots or top 4 spots is because it's just a one-shot. It's a one-shot comic that I'm excited for, that I think you'll be excited for too, but it's a one-shot. Maybe it'll turn into a monthly thing if it gets sold enough. There's no promises of that. Don't quote me on it. Basically, the story's going to be the time stream got messed with by Hourglass, and now Dr. Horrible and Captain Hammer are best friends forever. So, shenanigans. I'm looking forward to that. Number 4. Number 4 is actually from Marvel Comics. Now, normally I didn't do the big two, but I didn't actually pick a lot out this month, and so I didn't have a lot to go on without using things from the big two that I am getting, but I'm still excited about these titles, and I hope you are too. So at number 4, we have Riri Williams' Ironheart from Marvel. The writer is Eve Ewing, and the artist is Kevin Libranda. I'm probably mispronouncing at least one of those names, as per usual with any of these things. So, Riri is finally getting her own title series, which is great. It's amazing. Maybe people will stop complaining about her being an Iron Man. Probably not. Because they don't actually hate that she was in Iron Man. They just hate the character in general for basically no good reason. Even more so, in her first issue, she's actually going to be fighting against one of Spider-Man's old foes, so they'll probably start complaining that she doesn't have her own villains cast and she's stealing from Spider-Man now. Who knows? I don't. I'm still excited for it. I love the character of Riri, so I can believe that she's getting her own title, but I'm just so excited to read it. Of course, she's going to be using the same suit as she uses in Champions, and so it's going to be pretty good, so check that out. Ironheart, coming to you soon in November. Number 3 from DC is Shazam. I am ultra excited about this one, and if it wasn't from the big two, I would totally put this possibly in the number 1 spot. Like I said, the list is interesting this time around, but I'm excited about Shazam for really one reason. Well, other than the fact that it's Shazam, and I love Shazam and the Big Cheese, it's being written by Jeff Johns, who has written this same character back when he was called, Captain Marvel. The artist is Dale Eaglesham, who was the same artist for those runs. So it's like a dream team reigniting, rejoining, and making a neat comic. So I'm all about that. Billy Bastion, who is basically balancing high school and being a superhero and trying to, find, like I said, the balance in between them, discovers something of the Rock of Eternity that basically shakes his perception of the words of power and his role in basically being a hero. In the meantime, Mr. Mind and Dr. Savannah are teaming up to create their own secret society. So that all sounds really fun, real amazing, and I'm just excited to see what's going to happen. It's so going to be so cool. So I'm excited for that. So check that out. It's Shazam from DC with the Dream Team. They're back. I'm down. Number 2. Number 2 is No World from Aspen Comics. This is actually Volume 2, Issue 1. There was a 5-issue run previously in 2016, 2017, and it was pretty good. Like, it took a while for the last issue to come out, and while I was waiting for that issue to come out, I was basically waiting to see if they took the trans character and made her a backstabber. But they didn't. She instead is playing subterfuge, and she helps take down the villain, and it's really great. Yes, there's a trans character in this comic, and she's built like a brick shit house. I love it. I love it so much, because just like with other people, trans people have all different kinds of body types, and we should celebrate them all. So her being huge and muscular, I'm all for it. So, sorry, that's a whole other separate topic. The writer is Scott Lobdell and Blake Northmont. They're both doing the writing, and the artist is Giuseppe Gaffaro. So, I am just butchering all pronunciations. It's from Aspen Comics. Basically, after the events of the first run, the threat of Partner Bob, God, it was such a weird villain. The landscape of No World is ever shifting, ever changing, and the stakes have never been higher. And so a new power team is coming in to join the fray, and it looks like we're getting characters from Fathom and they're Soulfire, and one of their other comics I'm not too familiar with, but it looks like characters from those comics are sort of kind of entering this world. Aspen likes to really mix things up with their comics, so I am certainly prepared and ready, and I can't wait to see who it is. And I can't wait to see the outcome for all these different, highly unique characters in this setting. It's going to be great. So that is No World from Aspen. Check it out. And finally, at number 1, which this is kind of what makes the list interesting, because we started at an honorable mention with Dr. Horrible, which is obviously a Joss Whedon product. We are ending at number 1 with Firefly. It's going to be created by Boom Studios. The previous Firefly titles were all handled through Titan Comics. So this is kind of interesting that it's going to be a new studio. It's Boom. Boom does amazing work currently right now, so I'm super excited for that. The writer is not Joss Whedon, however. It's going to be Greg Pak, who we know from Met Cadet U, the Totally Awesome Hulk, and the artist is going to be Dan McDade, who is a really good artist, so he's done pretty good work on other series, so we're definitely excited for that. Why this is number 1? Because this is Firefly returning. I love Firefly 1. 2, it's returning. It's going to focus on family, on loyalty, identity, and the price of redemption, and how it's going to do that. It's going to take us back to the very beginning of Malcolm's journey, and it's going to start at the Unification War. Now, if you've ever watched Firefly, they briefly have touched on the Unification War in the series, and flashbacks and mentions and things like that. And I'm not sure if this comic is going to solely focus on the Unification War, or if it's going to kind of have a parallel story that has flashes to that to sort of, get the story going, get it moving. I'm cool either way. I'm super excited to see where this takes us in the mythos that is Firefly. And so, yep, that's why it's number 1. That's why I'm super excited. Anyway, that's the list this month. That's my mentions and my honorables and whatever. And so I hope you enjoyed. Next week, we're talking about Adventure Time. I'm screaming because there's a train. But we're talking about Adventure Time. We're talking about the series, not the comics, just the series, and mostly the finale. Wore myself out a little bit. Adventure Time's next week. I hope you're looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to talking about it, maybe crying. Hopefully I don't cry on camera. We'll see. I can't edit. Anyway, this has been Fire Princess Reviews. I'm Fire Princess Lily, and until next time, enjoy comics, enjoy cartoons, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!